What are your thoughts on LeBron saying players like Giannis, Kyrie, and himself would dominate previous eras of NBA basketball? 250 points sounds a little exaggerated.
I mean, obviously, he was exaggerating the number, but
you probably get 100.
I mean, Wilt got 100.
He can get 100 for sure.
I mean, Wilt got 100.
But LeBron could get 100 too, though. I'm telling you.
But Giannis could get 100 playing against the 70s.
Is he more athletic than Wilt? Is he more agile than Wilt?
I don't know.
Yes. So yes.
I'm thinking about Magic with bounce. Think about it.
In theory, yes, but Kyrie probably not, because there was this thing called dribbling. So they wouldn't have said you couldn't dribble. They would have just called carry and travel.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, you got to think about your rules today wasn't the rules back then. That Euro, just 2 steps outside of your body, they called travel. Right? Anything you palm on the side, on the thing, you had to dribble straight like this. So for the most part, like in hindsight, obviously evolution gives everyone an advantage, but you got to actually think about the rules. Then all that picking the ball up at half court, the 0 step, gather step, that shit, they don't know what that was. You'd have had 30 points, fucking 50 travels.
30 points, 50 travels, so 50 turnovers.
I seen it. I did this fucking 1987. Dominique Wilkins literally was on fast break, did this travel, just regular 2 steps, but it was what we called a Euro, but it wasn't even a full Euro. It was just step to the side, and they actually called a travel on a regular-ass layup.
So as the chat's pointing out, I would make the argument that Wilt close to the athleticism of Giannis.
But speed-wise,
high jump champ, 40-inch vert,
agile, just
20,000.
He can bring the ball up the court and do all that, but that wasn't how Giannis like dribbled. They can't do that back then.
They're like similar, right? Ain't they like similar? Wilt, can he dribble a little bit?
20,000 and things also.
With some Chucks on?
With Chucks on, I think impressive. So if you put Giannis in Chucks, though.
I don't know. They would have put Kyrie in Harlem Gold Trollers or something.
Yeah?
Yeah. They'd have said the circus in town.
The circus in town. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but, rules handicap them from doing the things that they're accustomed to doing. But the athletic body, of course, right? It's like me racing today's Ferrari versus some shit that was in the 70s.
And Bron did make that comparison.
Right? I mean, that's really it. The rules of, the world, California, whatever, it was governed to a certain speed limit. So obviously those cars wasn't moving that fast.
Let's move over to this side. Cookie Monster, Cemetery Larry, Rashad McCants. What do you think realistically Giannis would be able to drop if he played in the game in the 70s?
We'll never know.
That's a fair answer.
Why the fuck are we talking about it?
Because LeBron said it.
Exactly.
He
really meant I can score 250.
And he can.
He also said he would be dominant in that area.
I'm going to use somebody else's name so I don't look like 50,000 points ain't enough.
Fair.
How much you think you would have averaged back in the day?
None.
1972.
None.
Drop McCants in 1972 right now.
I would have been Goldie. You know who he is?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay, so we wouldn't have been playing no basketball.
Respect.
Can you buy that?
I'd have been, yeah.
45, 35, 45, 35, 45, 40. 35, right? 35? Can you buy that? No, you can't.
What would you be doing instead of playing basketball if you
Getting chose. Getting chose.
Getting chose.
Especially in the 70s, it have been getting chose by afros.
Getting chose by afro.
How much you think you could average, Gil? What, 10?
Go ahead and say it, Gil. About, 25?
In the first quarter.
Tell him. Tell him, speak your mind, man, let it off.
The most athletic person was Oscar Robertson, right? He averaged 34 no threes.
Julius Erving.
Yeah, what was his vertical?
Who, Oscar Robertson?
Yeah, he wasn't a jumper, right? He wasn't that athletic. That era just wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't, especially for guards. The guards didn't jump
the guards
like that.
wasn't
So
jumping, but
that's why I said it was really an advantage.
That motherfucker was finger rolling from the free throw, like
Ice girl, like
doing dumb shit. Like
that's 70s, that's late 70s, 80s. That's Iceman them. We're talking about early. The point guards today, it wasn't.
No, I'm talking about the guards I said wasn't jumping, but the other motherfuckers was jumping like.
Oh, that was the ABA league.
Yeah. Julius Erving, I tried that shit in the game.
That shit hard.
That shit hard.
It's too hard to do. All the way underneath.
I made the shot, though. I made the shot.
But you ain't go all the way under, though.
Yeah, I did.
You ain't take that bitch all the way behind and slip
Oscar
it.
Robertson never dunked in an NBA game.
He's never dunked?
Not one time.
Was it by choice?
No, I mean
It was kind of by choice. He said he got hurt
trying to dunk
down
it
one time.
Yeah, trying to dunk.
And so he chose not to do it in games anymore.
Yeah, so I mean, it was the mid-range era, right? Everybody's mid-range 1-2 pull-up, so it was perfection. But I mean, you take these guards, you put in the Westbrooks and all these guys in there. There wasn't anything built for those type of players, right? So it is an advantage, of course, but the rules of then still kind of handicaps the players today.
I'll just say this, just by the comment and the question and the whole conversation of trying to make it irrelevant that the 70s basketball compared to now wouldn't be able to compete, it really don't matter. The thing that matters is that, Michael Jordan said it, that he doesn't like comparing the old guys to the new guys and himself to other people he never got to play against, so he's not gonna say who could do what. I think Kobe said the same thing when he's compared to Mike. He said, man, listen, I don't like to have that conversation because these are my teachers, these are my guys that I don't want to be the guy to say I'm better than them. I'm just gonna stop it there.
And Will said he'll give this era 70 points a game, is what he told Michael.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, like we can say that, but that's what they used to argue about in the 80s. Wilt was complaining, or he was saying, him and Michael talking about, oh, I'm the best. Man, I would give, like the rules that I had then, y'all, this is easy for y'all. Give me y'all rules, I'm averaging 70 against you guys.
These are private conversations, though. Everybody feels some type of way privately because we are competitors privately. Yeah. When you start saying this is how it is publicly, now everybody think that the 70s is irrelevant. They're plumbers and shit like that. That shit weird. Because you know what I'm saying? They had game. Of course they wouldn't go to
But I think you said respect that generation.
Of course it's different if we were to go back.
All you see is old motherfuckers talking about how soft.
Yeah, but
because they fought. So they literally fought. So they saying in the 70s, look, in the 70s.
So they can't fight back.
That's what I'm saying. In the 70s, right? Giannis coming down. Somebody just.
He's strong enough. He's strong enough.
First of all, the protein back then, come on, man, they only weighed 210.
I'm just saying, like, if we want to fight him just because we don't like him, we're going to fight him after the game. He's going to have to deal with that and fight us every game like that.
That's cool.
70s wasn't no rules for.
But early 70s was white.
But they still fouling like crazy. They still, like
no,
you said, Bill Walton and the Portland Trail Blazers, they was Goonies.
Yeah, well,
it was Goonies.
That's cool.
They Goonies.
It wasn't African-American.
I told y'all the story about my dad's first game with the Bucks in '77 when Kareem fucking one piece hit Benson.
So you saying Giannis went one piece?
I'm not saying he not one piece. I'm just saying it's gonna be a lot more of fouling you intentional and all of the other shit.
Giannis played in Africa.
He's from Greece.
He didn't play in Africa.
They played with no shoes on.
He didn't play
That nigga was digging his feet.
Nigerian.
He's Nigerian.
Come on, man.
Nigeria, Africa, same
That's
thing.
the same place.
Man, he built his own court out the backyard.
With his feet.
Yeah, it was out there.
Him and Thanasis did used to share a pair of shoes though, but Greco-Nigerian.
Think about that, Thanasis. Let me wear those now. It's my turn. He took off, so while he was playing with shoes on, Thanasis had his shoes off. So then they switched. Then he started playing with no shoes, and Thanasis playing with the shoes on concrete and dirt with sticks and the nigga cow maneuver, all that shit. Dribbling the ball, going between the legs on dirt. You think he ain't gonna fly on?
I mean, that wasn't the era of the plumbers, right? That's the 60s, right?
No plumbers. Everybody was. In their era, I feel.
Cap, man, we know they had second jobs. Come on, man. It was $5,000 a year to play in the league back then.
Who don't want to sell some dope?
No, I'm just saying, like, come on, we know they had second jobs. So some of them were milkmen, some of them was, that was their actual real job. The basketball, like, that's why when people argue that, it's like, no, that's actually real. Like, the basketball wasn't their real job, right? That was the after we got off a work job. Right, you know, some of us was milkmen, some of us we worked for big companies.
What
we
does
were coal
what does that job have to do with being able to hoop? I'm not getting paid enough. I gotta go work.
No, of course.
I still can hoop.
Yeah, you can hoop for them, but don't pretend that you can bust my ass and I get to play basketball.
No, I'm not pretending. And y'all pretending that because I'm a plumber in my spare time that you.
No, in your real time, you're a basketball player. in your spare time.
even that.
Yeah, you're
like you can get on TV and say,
Right.
you're just with a bunch of plumbers. Yeah, my nigga, I needed to pay extra bills. I wasn't getting paid like you.
Nothing wrong with being a
But I'll
plumber.
bust your ass though.
No, just like
I'll bust your ass though, Mr. Lakers head coach.
nah, but that's a false narrative. We know that.
Well, I'm talking about me.
I mean, in real life, we do it right now. Like anybody who go to the
I'll bust
24-hour
your ass
fitness
right now.
after work, yeah. Man, get this work. What you talking about? You just got off a 9-hour shift, bruh. Stop. You can't even do that like that. Yeah, you got a little skill, but you know, you at work all day.
Hey, man, at the end of the day, we all plumbers and hoop at the same time, okay? You a plumber, right? You lay that.
Come on, man. Listen.
Like that's.
All right, then. I'm a plumber. You's a plumber? I don't know about the other motherfuckers. You know, this nigga.
Y'all only know about each other.
Talking about-
You only know about him being a plumber and you being a plumber, huh?
Like you did
A lot of weird shit going on, I'll try to tell you.
You did walk in right into
Niggas know about plumbing,
I was
huh?
shaking your hand because you thought sick because I got wife upset I'm plumbing.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. I
But
know.
you really been on some.
No, you like the thing.
Who cleaning who pipes
Got
over
the
there?
pipes, you know?
So let's keep it
Wesley.
moving. As someone pointed out, Pat McAfee, arguably Stephen A. Smith's biggest op at ESPN.